Hello, this is RunningRobert, and today we're going to be talking about the Geron Corporation GERN 2025 Outlook Summary. Today is the 27th of January 2025, and in this Outlook, we're going to look at 2025 and beyond and see kind of what the company is shaping up for. So I follow small cap pharma, which this is no longer small cap, but it's something I continue to follow. I do games, I do a little bit of everything. So if you like what I'm doing, hey, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot, and thank you. Disclaimer is I have shares, which I bought at 3. I'm an amateur investor, and any advice given should be followed up by due diligence, and any information given is valid for today, the 27th of January, and the slideshow will not be updated. But as we follow it, get new sales data and stuff like that, new slideshows. So let's go over that end of year update. So they estimate about 45 to 46 million in revenue for Q4, which is really nice. And then 270 to 285 million is the 2025 expected operating expenses. Okay, so that's two fair numbers to begin with. We also have the phase 3 trial, and the next indication is on track for an interim read in 2026 and a final read. And the final read is the trial is supposed to stop around November of 2026, so we'll have data in 2027, which will put approval probably late 2027, early 2028. If approved, the indications between the two have about the same patient population. And originally, we were talking about that patient population was very big, 200 million to 1.2. Looking at how much we're already selling, I think we're going to be well above 200 million. So it's something to think about. And then cash at the end of the year was almost 500 million. So why am I investing in the stock? So I gave you a whole lot of numbers. What's behind it? So we're going to look at the higher end of their operating expenses. So at 285 million, at 71.25 million spent per quarter. This quarter, revenue is 45 million. Subtract the two together and you get about a net loss of 26 million if sales go stagnant in 2025. I do not believe they will, but we're looking at the worst case. Worst case is they burn 100 million this year and to approval of the second indication, which is about 3 years away. So 300 million. However, the company currently has 500 million in cash, not counting the loan that is still available. I'll also mention there's commercialization in the EU in 2026. We're not going to put a huge amount of stock in that at the moment because commercialization over the EU normally goes very slowly and is just not as profitable as the US, but it's something that will add revenues to us going forward. Okay, so again, you're looking at how did this company get so much money? I mean, 500 million for any kind of farm is a good amount. So two things really occurred. So one, they got a loan from the Biopharma Credit Investment, 250 million. The company has received 125 million, which was used to pay off all their current loans and fund the company. If sales continue with the trajectory for launch, which means I think they're going to go up, I'm unsure if they're going to even need the second 125 million. So right now, it's only 125 million loan with a chance for 125 million more if they want. Don't have to, but again, that's fairly positive. And then Royalty Pharma gave 125 million upfront for 7.75% of net sales up to 500 million. And then above with a lower percentage, the higher you go. So I think it goes up to $1 billion at like 1 or 3%, something like that. So, but we're going to look at the 500. Looking at that math, it's about 39 million profits in royalties if the company can sell 500 million a year. So in 4 years, they're going to net 155 million for a 125 million upfront fee. That looks pretty positive, and that looks fairly safe. And if they are assuming that sales are going to go this well, we're in great shape. If we can get to 500 million, that'd be just incredible to begin with. Okay, so thoughts on sales. Obviously, we went from 28 to 45. We're going to see how they go up from here. We're still most likely in the initial stock up phase as they try to figure out exactly how much needs to get into the market. And you have one of those, like, you know how much is going in, you know how much is going out, and becomes much more clear. However, based on any of the information I see, I don't really see a flattening of sales. So we're in pretty good shape there. All right, so I'm going to bring this section up. I'm going to put a disclaimer in this. This is just things to watch out for. I am very bullish on the stock if you have gone this far, but there are things that, to be smart investors and not lose our shirts, we need to look at. And so we're going to look at these 3 things. They all kind of mesh together, but obviously I'm still bullish on the company, but let's go ahead. So sales are unable to hit the amount they need. I mean, obviously, first quarter we get 45 or 50, and we don't see that very nice trajectory anymore. And it looks like we're going to bottom out at like 250 million in sales. Again, I don't think that's going to happen, but that's something that, again, we're going to be continuing to watch as the quarters roll on by. And of course, obviously, the phase 3 clinical failure would be something detrimental because that would lose us pretty much, that second indication. Of course, there's anything in the pipeline could be detrimental, but again, second problem with this is more of a problem with the time it takes drugs to get to market, especially cancer drugs. They are really slow to get to market, unfortunately. And the market cap too high, sitting at 1.8 billion. I think it might be a little high, but I think it's a very good entry point. But again, if they're unable to sell what they need, the market cap's going to go down. If they have any clinical failures, market cap's going to go down. So they all kind of work together in a weird sort of way. So, but the summary is, this is definitely a low risk, medium reward kind of stock. So for it to go south, I would have to have everything on that list go wrong from before. They'd have to not meet sales and have a lot of failures. Do I think that's going to happen? No. That's why I say the risk of the stock is fairly low. Now, that being said, with the market cap of almost $2 billion, growth is going to be limited. I mean, that's, obviously what we're looking at. However, I'm betting that sales will improve and the phase 3 will be positive, which means we're going to get a 6+ stock somewhere in the future. And that's kind of what I'm going on. So this is very much a long-term hold. Like, that is as simple as it is. This is a stock that I bought and I'm just going to keep in the back of the bank and just let it grow and just go from there. So hopefully this helps you get some information. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, hey, leave them in the comment section below. I am always up for a discussion. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.